Let us give the IUPAC name of some examples containing functional group. Now, in the first example, there is a functional group known as alkene, and the suffix used for naming this functional group is nothing but "-ene". It is named in the form of suffix. So, you have to select the longest chain containing these two, including these two carbon atoms which are multiple bonded. And here the longest chain contains 4 carbon atom, and the carbon which do not lie on the principal chain act as an alkyl group, and here it is nothing but methyl. And the numbering should be done from that side so as to give the lowest number to this multiple bonded carbon atom. And since these this multiple bond lie between 1 and 2 carbon atom, and in order to locate the position of this multiple bond, the lowest number is written while naming the IUPAC name of the compound. So the name of the compound will be 3-methyl. At 3 position there is a methyl, and the root word is butane because it contains 4 carbon atom, and the suffix that should be added is nothing but "-ene", and the position should be written first followed by and then the name of the functional group, that is nothing but "-ene". First of all, you have to write down the position and then the suffix. So the name of the compound will be 3-methyl but1-ene. Now let us take another example. Here there is an example which contains two functional group, "-ene" and "-ine", and here the root word, you have to select the longest chain containing both these two functional group, and then you have to number the carbon atom. Now number the carbon atom from both the side. Moving from left towards right, we get the position of the locants as 1 and 6. And while moving from right towards left, here again we get the position of the locants at 1 and 6 carbon atom. So lowest locant root does not decide the order of the numbering or the direction of the numbering. Then we have to follow the alphabetical order. It means the lowest number should be given to "-ene" and the greater number should be given to "-ine". Hence the preferred order of the numbering will be while moving from left towards right, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. And here this chain contains 7 carbon atom, and the position of double bond is at first and 2 carbon atom, and 6th and 7th carbon atom "-ine" is there. So the name of the compound is HAP for 7 carbon atom, root word is HAP, 1-ene and 6-ine. And here you have to remember that there are two suffix "-ene" as well as "-ine", Y-N-E. Here this Y is pronounced as I, and since two vowels should not be written together, this E should be omitted while writing the suffix Y-N-E. That is nothing but "-ine", because Y sounds in the form of I. So the name of the compound will be HAP, 1-ene and 6-ine. And here the E is omitted, and the suffix should be arranged in alphabetical order. And here there are two suffix. Both these two functional group are named in the form of suffix. So the name of the compound will be HAP, 1-ene, 6-ine. Let us take another example. Here in this example also there are two functional group, "-ine" as well as "-ene". Now here select the longest chain containing both these two functional group, and then you have to number the carbon atom. Numbering should be done from left towards right and right towards left. While numbering the carbon atom moving from left towards right, the position of triple bond is at between 1 and 2 carbon atom, and double bond between 5 and 6 carbon atom. It means the locants are at 1 and 5 carbon atom. And when we move from right towards left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, it means 2 and 6 carbon atom. And here we get the first point of difference in the locants, and the lowest number will be the preferred direction of the numbering, and hence the numbering should be done while moving from left towards right, and hence the name of the compound will be have 5 ene. At 5 position there is ene and 1 ine. Here also you have to arrange both the suffix in alphabetical order irrespective of their position or locants. So the name of the compound will be have 5 ene 1 ine. Now let us take some other examples, and here containing other functional groups. Here the halogen containing functional group. This is an example of halogen containing functional group, and it is named in the form of haloalkane. It is named in the form of haloalkane, and this functional group is named in the form of prefix. So you have to select the longest chain containing that carbon atom on which this halogen is substituted, and here there is a branch which is nothing but methyl group, and hence the name of the compound will be 1-chloro, and you have to number the carbon atom in such a way so as to get the lowest number to the carbon atom on which this halogen is substituted. Now the name of the compound here will be 1-chloro-3-methyl-butane, because the principal chain contains 4 carbon atoms, so the root word is, or the alkane is nothing but butane, and these two are written in the form of prefix, and both the prefix should be arranged in alphabetical order irrespective of their position. So the name of the compound will be 1-chloro-3-methyl-butane. It is named in the form of prefix, and you have to write down the halogen first followed by the principal alkane. So the name of the compound will be 1-chloro-3-methyl-butane. Now next example is functional group containing alcohol. It means the compound containing another functional group that is nothing but alcohol. Now here also you have to select the longest chain containing that carbon atom on which this functional group is located, and it is named in the form of format alkane minus E plus OL. Here this functional group, the suffix used for naming this functional group is nothing but OL. This functional group is named in the form of suffix to the alkane. You have to remove E since you know that two vowels should not be added together or written together. So the first one, that is E, should be minus and then OL should be added. Alkane minus E plus OL. Since this have a positional isomers also, so you have to mention the position of which carbon this OH is attached. Now you have to select the longest chain. Just select the longest chain containing that carbon atom on which the OH is situated. So, and number the carbon atom in such a way so as to get the lowest number to the carbon on which this OH is located, and the numbering should be done from both the terminals or the ends of the chain. It should not be done from the middle. So the name of the compound will be, since this principal chain contains 5 carbon atoms, so the name of the compound will be pentane, and from the spelling of the pentane, minus E, write down the position of the OH and then suffix all. So the name of the compound will be pentane 2-ol. Now let us take another example, and this functional group is nothing but the terminal functional group known as aldehyde. Now since this aldehyde is a terminal functional group, it does not have any positional isomer. The first carbon is nothing but the carbon which belongs to CHO. So you have to select the longest chain containing this carbon atom, and this will be the first carbon atom. Then number the carbon atom taking this carbon to be the first carbon atom, 1, 2 and 3. The principal chain contains 3 carbon atom, and the corresponding alkane containing 3 carbon atom is nothing but propane, and then you have to remove this E from the spelling of the propane and then add suffix Al. Here the suffix used for aldehyde is nothing but Al. So the name of the compound will be propane null. Now next example is nothing but another carbonyl group, that is nothing but ketone, and the suffix used for naming this functional group is nothing but -one, and this has positional isomer, so you have to mention the position before the suffix -one. So select the longest chain containing the carbonyl carbon and then number the carbon atoms in such a way so as to get the lowest number to the carbonyl carbon. And here you can see that the carbonyl carbon is present at the second position, and this chain contains maximum 5 carbon atom, and the 5 carbon alkane is nothing but pentane, so the name of the compound will be pentane 2-one. Remove E from the spelling of the pentane and then add a suffix -one, and you have to indicate the position of this -one, and since it is placed at second carbon atom, that is why the name of the compound will be pentane 2-one. Now let us take another functional group, that is nothing but carboxylic acid group. Now here this group is also a terminal functional group, so need not to mention the position of this functional group because it will always remain the first carbon atom. So you have to select the longest chain containing this carbon atom, and the numbering should be done from that terminal where this CHO group lies, and this will be the first carbon atom. So select the longest chain. Here it is named in the form of alkane -E plus the suffix OIC, and then you have to leave one letter space and then write down acid, ACID. So the name here, since this principal chain contains 4 carbon atoms, so the corresponding alkene is nothing but butane. You have to remove E from the spelling of the butane and then add a suffix OIC, so it becomes butanoic, and then leave one letter space and then write down acid. So the name of the compound will be butanoic acid. In this way we can give the different IUPAC name to the different compounds containing different functional groups. Thank you.